Within the sci-fi and fantasy genres, there are many great TV shows that blend elements of both types of fiction, appealing to fans of all kinds. HBO is well known for housing and producing some of the best recent works of speculative fiction, with heavyweights like Game of Thrones and The Last of Us. However, there are additional underrated projects worth checking out. Based on a beloved novel series that tells a timeless tale of coming of age and rebelling against unjust systems of power, this is a fantasy TV show I knew would be a masterpiece from the beginning. With all 3 seasons currently available to stream on the service, audiences looking for the perfect follow-up to their favorite sci-fi and fantasy projects should look no further than His Dark Materials. His Dark Materials is the perfect show for fans of fantasy and sci-fi. Lyra and Will on bench in Botanical Garden in His Dark Materials. Tackling parallel worlds, steampunk inventions, and magic that has to be seen to be believed, His Dark Materials adapts the influential fantasy book series of the same name by Philip Pullman. It follows the adventures of the young Lyra Belacqua, Daphne Keene, as she uncovers the corruption within her world and plots to curb scientific discovery through the actions of the Magisterium. As the story progresses, audiences are quickly immersed in a world where science and magic go hand in hand, with inventions powered by mysterious forces that are otherworldly, but can be quantified and studied. Additionally, His Dark Materials eventually crosses over into a reality close to our own, bringing up the possibility that in another time stream, our technologies might have evolved differently. His Dark Materials blend of fantasy and sci-fi comes from the source material. James McAvoy as Lord Asriel and Ruth Wilson as Mrs. Coulter in His Dark Materials. While His Dark Materials skillfully brings the imagery and thematic tension of the novels to life, its aesthetics and world-building are pulled directly from Pullman's work. In 2007, a film adaptation of the first book was released. However, it didn't fully capture Pullman's intentions as an author or the unique combination of science fantasy that has captured audiences' imaginations for so many years. Fortunately, His Dark Materials does the source material justice and brings every installment of the series to life. In the series, Pullman wastes no time in getting the reader used to the idea that in Lyra's reality, the existence of witches and animals that are a physical manifestation of the soul is as commonplace as an intricately crafted dirigible or a compass that can tell the future. HBO's His Dark Materials is a masterclass in how to adapt a fantasy saga. Lyra and Will in His Dark Materials Season 3. Since the world of Pullman's work is so specific and requires nuance in its storytelling, it's no surprise that it took many years to get a worthy adaptation of the story. However, it was well worth the wait for HBO's beautifully crafted series. Everything from the visual style to the way the actors bring their characters to life is a testament to the power of the books.